blitz. Coach, if you want to open with a opening statement, take questions immediately after.
All right, well, you've heard me say this before, tough loss for us last Saturday. Looking at it, all three phases, there's some good things in the kicking game. I thought Ryan Wright did a good job punting the ball, being our punter exclusively. Zach Block had some great kickoffs for us. And then offensively, we just didn't get a rhythm going. We had the ball, I believe it was a 7-minute drive beginning of the game, and we came away with no points, and that really hurt. And then, defensively, I thought we, played pretty good defensively. Obviously, but we got to close the game out. We didn't close the game out there at the very end with a long touchdown pass. And, so we've just got to, find a way to do a better job there at the end of the game. One of the things we're doing is trying to just get into some more situations. We work quite a bit on, fourth quarter, down a distance, 4-minute, 2-minute, all those different things. But, the big thing we did as a team on Monday, we watched a videotape, was just, showing how, you got to have 11 pluses out there. And there were some plays where we had 2 or 3 guys that, just didn't do their assignment. And we got to do a better job coaching them. They got to get a better job executing those assignments. Tulsa's, had a little bit of a similar year to us. They've had some really close ball games that they've lost, touchdown or less, and and they're a good squad. This will be a road trip. We need to, go out, play well on the road, and come away with a win. Like I talked about last week, it didn't matter who we were playing. We need a W, and it's the same thing this week. So I'll open it up for questions.
I think you said a few weeks ago you might change things up as far as routine on the road.
Yeah. One of the things we're going to do is we are going to go there to the stadium beforehand and do our Friday practice over there at the stadium. I've been doing this a long time, so I've done it a lot of different ways, and I sometimes hesitate to make big changes when you've had a lot of success doing things one particular way, but that's something we are going to do this weekend and the remainder of the season.
That'd be the first time you've done that?
In a while, here at Tulane, yes.
What do you think that gives you?
I don't know. I think familiarity, doing something different. That'd be about it. One of the things we'll do is we'll go to the locker room and kind of see where we'll be at in the locker room and divide up in those areas, get on the sideline, have the coaches talk about where we're at in the sideline. We use a launch pad, make sure we have the correct 11 out on the field. We'll go through all those different scenarios. We'll actually do our movement prep that we do after we take a plane trip. We'll do it there at the stadium. So, hopefully that's a good spark for us.
For other road trips, would you do like a walkthrough here and then go? Or?
Yeah, we normally do it here on Friday, and we meet special teams, offense, come out here and kind of do all those same things, here at our place and talk about where we're going to play at. Most of my coaches or somebody has played at that stadium before, so we've got someone who has a little familiarity with it.
The 2 long TD passes really hurt you. The one over here, was that just a bust of somebody?
Yeah, they ran a little pick route. Motion guy came in and picked the linebacker, and he's trying to get over the top to get the running back. So that was what happened on the first long touchdown pass. And the second one, we were doing a little zone blitz, and we didn't get much pressure. That's probably the best pocket he had all evening, and it was a longer developing route. We just didn't do a great job with coverage on it.
Seems like the pick routes are kind of becoming an epidemic.
They call them rub routes.
And how do you,
No, they're pick routes.
how do you guard this?
Well, what you got to do is, there's 2 ways to play it. One is you just stay with your guy. And the problem that a lot of times occurs when you do that is out of their peripheral vision, they can see somebody coming, and they go ahead and get over the top, and they slow down, and even though they're in contact, it was effective. The other way is your combo coverage. You do an in and out. You can have 3-on-3, and you have one guy has the first guy inside, one guy has the first guy outside, one guy has the first guy vertical. You can even do that with 4 guys, and when they get into those bunch sets, So there's a few different ways to play it. And, the particular coverage we had, call that time, it was lock on man, stay with your man. And
From a pre-snap standpoint, just between 2 or 3 individuals, just depending on the formation, whether it's twins or triplets.
Yeah,
How important is the pre-snap?
oh, it's big. You got to have that communication. If you don't, if one guy's playing in one way and another guy's playing another way, you got big time problems. So everybody's got to be on the same page. And normally we have ways of playing it based on the formation.
How would you assess the way Jonathan Manx played overall, and if they're going to be a quarterback? Is it open this week? Or
Yeah, we're, Justin McMillan's going to start for us this week. And, Jonathan, just like everything, he did some really good things. And as I've said many times before, quarterback gets too much blame and too much credit when things go well. And, we all got to do our 1/11th. And, in order for Justin to have success, we have to do a good job at the front, the backs, the tight ends, and receivers. And, hey, we're looking for a spark right now. And that's one of the reasons for it.
the last few possessions in particular, Manx didn't execute on some key.
Yeah.
Was there anything, or was it just the whole game?
There's some, I don't know which plays you're talking about in particular, but, sometimes sometimes it might look like the quarterback it was on him and it really wasn't, so I don't know which ones you're talking about, but
Third down pass, a couple of third down passes, you were trying to, you needed one or 2 first downs to lead off the ground.
yeah, it would have been big. And, one of them I'm sure he'd like to have back, and the other one I thought the receiver should have kept running and caught the ball, so it's, there's sometimes, the routes are not exactly at the depth and the speed, that you got to have in order to complete the ball, so.
Do you feel like to get into a little more of a rhythm offensively, that you need to get rid of the football quicker and just get into a little bit of a, do you think that would help the offense if you could just get it and get rid of it and get into a little more?
You got to be able to do that, but, one of the things that's happening is, we're getting a lot of man coverage and getting rid of it quick. There's somebody there on the guy, and oftentimes man coverage, the routes are a little better, second level and third level, when you have a chance to create some separation between the receiver and the defender. But we got to do both. We got, there's times, it's 3rd and 8, getting rid of the ball quick is, it might end up making it 4th and 2, 4th and 3, and you're punting the football anyway. So we got to do a better job protecting. And that's not just with the offensive line. We've done a poor job protecting with our backs and tight ends at times, and we got to do a better job with those guys. When we call a 7-man protection, we ought to be able to block that and sustain it for a long period of time. We're having difficulties with that.
You had the open day week to work with McMillan on running the option and other stuff. How close is he to being able to run?
He's got, I think he's got good knowledge of what we're doing. He's a smart kid.
Do you feel like it's sometimes that the receivers aren't defeating the man coverage like that?
Well, you got to get some separation on it. You just, and we play a bunch of man. And you're always going to have somebody close to the receiver, but that's the answer nowadays with all the RPO stuff is playing man coverage. So you just got to beat it. When they're up there playing and got to get some separation, and our guys have got to be able to do that. And sometimes we do, and sometimes we don't. We got to do it consistently.
When you look at the run defense, I think they run for -4 yards until their touchdown run
Right.
in the 4th quarter. How much encouragement does that give you?
I thought I think for a few plays, we played pretty well defensively. We got some good pressure on the quarterbacks. I thought we played the run pretty darn well. As you're right, there at the very end, we missed a few tackles on a long run, and we can't do that. We do that, and that would have been a 4-yard gain, I believe. But, you don't, it's not scripted that you got to play well in all 3 phases. If you got to do it defensively, you got to get a stop, you got to do it. Some games it's the offense, it carries you. Some games it's the defense. Some games it's the kicking game. Sometimes it's a combination of two or three of the sides of the ball. So, we just gotta, if it takes defense to win it, we gotta do it.
Are you a little, I don't know if this is the right word, Coach, but are you a little mystified at the way things have gone this year? Is it?
Oh, hey, I'm definitely frustrated. There's no doubt about that. I'm an optimist like everybody is, and we just got to continue to keep plugging away. I mean, close is not good enough, and we've got to get better. And it's nobody feels worse about it than me.
Anything else for Coach Fritz?
Thank y'all.